What is going on, guys? My name is W. Welcome to my WrestleMania 33 fantasy prediction card. And if it's not just a card, because I'm going to try to keep realistic with the matches that have already been announced or may be announced, but I'm going to tell you how I think they could go down to make WrestleMania impactful and huge based on not so many big matches. So let's go over the matches that we have on the phone right here. I'll give you a quick look if you want to glance really fast. Boom, look at that. Okay. So let's start off with the tag team match. Over on SmackDown, I would have, just because the Ascension was teased a month or two ago, I would have the Ascension versus the Usos versus American Alpha. The story all year on SmackDown, this is what WrestleMania is meant for. The Usos and the Alphas, the Usos taking out the Alphas, and then eventually winning the titles from somebody else that wasn't them, and then now they're clashing is a long-term storyline ending at WrestleMania. That's what WWE has missed for a long time. And that's what WWE did with the tag team division. Now, because it is WrestleMania, though, and you're trying to get as many people in, unless you're putting the tag teams from SmackDown in the Battle Royale, like Mojo Rawley, who doesn't have Zack Ryder right now, I think it is best to maybe do a tag team turmoil match. I would prefer more of a triple threat match between the Ascension, Usos, and American Alpha, but I could see them adding in the rest of the SmackDown tag teams to make a big tag team turmoil, because even though people may not really enjoy it, you want to include in as many people as possible, but at the same time, I would actually prefer if it was the Usos versus American Alpha, because it's been what's been built up for so long. That's what I want. Then I would have a Cruiserweight ladder match for the Cruiserweight title, because if you look at all the guys that are in there, you got the Intercontinental Championship over on SmackDown, the U.S. Championship's already spoken for on Raw. So when you want a ladder match, I think the Cruiserweights are the way to go. They can definitely showcase what the hell they're capable of. You talk about it all the time with Raw, they're the high flyers of the show. So making a Cruiserweight ladder match would be huge. You can have guys like Neville, Jack Gallagher, Akira Tozawa, Brian Kendrick, pretty much everybody from the match, TJ Perkins, all those guys, Tony Nese, and put them in a huge 8-man ladder match at WrestleMania and let them show what they can truly do. Not necessarily sure who I want to win just yet. I was thinking maybe Akira Tozawa, but we'll wait and see. Then we have Alexa Bliss taking on all the SmackDown competitors. Now, I'm going to put this on the pre-show. Now, I wasn't going to originally, and I didn't want to. I thought this could be in the main show until they made it her versus all the roster. Now, I do want Eva Marie. I'll be honest with you. I want Eva Marie to absolutely, just to get the shit, I want Eva Marie to come out and beat Alexa Bliss. I want Eva Marie to leave WrestleMania as the champion. And a lot of people are going to bitch at me right away, tell me, just listen to me, because the land of opportunity is SmackDown. Well, it's a big fucking slap in the face where Eva is gone for acting and she's doing everything, and then she just happens to fucking show up at Mania, never wrestling. Look at it. All year she was going to wrestle, and then she didn't, and then she got injured, then she got suspended, and then she did movies, and then to come back, that really puts the Authority versus Shane even more and leverages it, like just when John Cena came back from Hollywood. I know a lot of people are going to fucking hate that, and that's exactly why you do it. Give Eva Marie the gold. Even though I fucking love Alexa Bliss, again, throwing the temper tantrums and going into that Harley Quinn mode is, I think, where she excels. Then we have the André the Giant Memorial Battle Royale. So anybody else that's not in their card, you throw them in there. And I know a lot of people don't like that. Pretty much everybody's dream at WrestleMania is to actually have a match. Nobody, I think, really wants to be in a Battle Royale, but you're going to have to throw people in there. I'm not going to speculate who's going to be in there. But definitely the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale, I think, is going to showcase probably 3 to 5 new NXT people. I'm just going to throw that prediction out there. And then we have Luke Gallows, Karl Anderson versus Cesaro, Sheamus, and possibly Enzo and Big Cass. Maybe they go a big triple threat match. I'm actually going to have Luke and Karl Anderson, Luke and Karl. I'm going to have Luke and Karl lose this match. And the reason why is because of what's going to happen later on in the show. This is a big sticking point of my WrestleMania to save Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg. So stick around. If you're like, fucking hate Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar in the main event, just trust me, I've got something big coming. Then we have Chris Jericho versus Kevin Owens. I said all year long, best friends. I would be fucking ecstatic if they add in Sami Zayn and make it about best friends. The video package. WrestleMania is about closing out stories, long-term builds. KO versus Sami Zayn is a feud they have so much history to go back on. Some of their favorite feuds between The Rock, Stone Cold, is because they have so much material to go from to build the video packages. And that's what I think makes WrestleMania great. And they're already going to have a hell of a video package for KO versus Chris Jericho. And everybody's looking at it as, it's a demotion. It should have been KO for the Universal Championship of Mania. What the fuck? Keep in mind that Finn Balor was originally supposed to be champion, so KO probably wouldn't have been the fucking champion at this point anyway. Stop being a marker and a smart for a second and just realize that. Like, KO, yes, he deserves a main event, but at the same time, if Finn hadn't gotten hurt, would KO have ever gotten the shot that you so rightly think he deserves? Just keep that in mind. Then Shane McMahon versus AJ Styles, something that a lot of people think is a huge demotion, and I'm going to say it's not, and this is why. So AJ Styles is thrown to SmackDown. He wins the championship. He gets put in matches. Like I said, his focus isn't really there. He's fucking with guys like Ellsworth. It's not really taking it seriously. Shane and Bryan are giving him shit. Cena, like I said, in September was going to come back and always win the belt as a transitional champion type thing. And he did. And then Bray Wyatt won. So Bray Wyatt transitioned in. AJ Styles' story is going against the man. Like, he lost last year to Y2J. This year, he was struggling. He finally beat John Cena at the pinnacle of the show. He gets put on SmackDown. He's the champ that runs the camp. But when it comes time for Mania, he got fucked out of his one-on-one rematch. He's not going to get it. It's going to be after Mania. And this is a big sticking point for my build is I actually have AJ Styles beating Shane McMahon. I think Shane McMahon winning, though, would be huge for this reason. And we're going to talk about it in the main event. But it could go either way. I see either Shane winning this match and then showing up on SmackDown on Tuesday and being like, I beat your ass, now give me the one-on-one rematch tonight. But Shane isn't on SmackDown yet. Shane hasn't arrived at the building because Shane's still hurt, right? Daniel Bryan gives him the okay. All right, AJ, you got your one-on-one rematch with Bray Wyatt, Luke Harper, Randy Orton, whoever's champion. So it builds all night. And finally, Shane McMahon shows up to the fucking building. And he stops it right as the match is about to get started. It's, whoa, time out. AJ, unfortunately, I hate to fucking break this to you, but to compete for the SmackDown title, you actually have to be on SmackDown. And I actually just got off the phone with my counterparts on Raw. And AJ, unfortunately, you've been traded. And AJ fucking snaps. AJ loses it. AJ doesn't know what the fuck is happening. And somebody shows up to take his place. Now, I'm not going to speculate who, but that would be fucking huge and set the world on fire. If you have Raw after WrestleMania, SmackDown after WrestleMania, this would light it the fuck up. Finally. This would light it the fuck up. AJ Styles one-on-one rematch. He's going to have it, but there's a trade and somebody else from Raw shows up, or maybe somebody gets called up from NXT, and it just sets the world on fire. Imagine that. It'd be fucking huge. Then we have Undertaker versus Roman Reigns. And a lot of people are going to get pissed off here, but I actually think you have Roman Reigns win. I think you have him do it dirty, or you have Undertaker win, but afterwards you have Roman Reigns snap and beat the shit out of Undertaker. Either way, I know a lot of people are upset the fact that this match is happening. I think you just have to realize, guys, it doesn't really matter. It's wrestling. It's kayfabe. It's fake. It doesn't matter at all. But in the terms of it, if you think about it, Roman Reigns facing him makes sense. John Cena really is kind of almost done. I wanted that match. I wanted Cena versus Taker more than anything. But having Roman isn't the worst thing in the world because Roman, there's an unpredictability factor. Is he going to win? Is he going to turn heel? Is he going to do something? So I'm okay with Undertaker versus Roman Reigns. I'm not one of those guys that are complaining just yet. Then you have John Cena and Nikki taking on Miz and Maurice. Now, you could actually put this on the pre-show to really just bury home the fact that it's John Cena and it's in a mixed tag, and you have him propose. Or you save it for the pay-per-view. But I say the ultimate end of this match is John Cena proposes in the middle of the ring. I think Raw Showtime kind of had that idea too. I think him proposing at WrestleMania is like Toto Bella's season 3, just done right there. And then if he's able to compete at Seth Rollins versus Triple H, I think this is going to be a good match. But I think that if he really isn't ready to compete, they could just have the corporation just beat the fuck out of him. And this is why I'm going to do this, and this is why I'm going to say this. If he can't wrestle, you could have Samoa Joe, you could have KO, you could have the Authority essentially take out him because of what's going to come tonight that I'm just leading up to, so just wait. Dean Ambrose versus Baron Corbin for the Intercontinental title. I've actually dug this build other than the whole going backstage thing. For the most part, Baron Corbin has been Triple H's guy from NXT. I said this when he faced Austin Aries in NXT. When he was crapping on the crowd and being a heel, Baron Corbin is excellent. Baron Corbin has kind of been in his shell. He needs to bust out of it, just like Dean Ambrose has to bust out of it. And I think this is two guys that can pull out the best in each other. Then, of course, you have the triple threat match between Bayley, Charlotte, and Sasha Banks. Some people are speculating whether Nia should be added. A lot of people are saying Nia shouldn't be added because if you've seen how she's done the last couple weeks, people are getting all upset. I think that people are too quick to judge. It's kind of like the whole Eva Marie thing. You're going to get bitchy and pissy about the Eva Marie thing, but if you think about it, the land of opportunity, if you're Raw, you want to sabotage SmackDown so you're the better show. What better way than to have Eva Marie win? Same thing on SmackDown. If Nia was to win, that'd piss a lot of people off. But I say the girlhood dream of Bayley happens. I say Sasha Banks is about to win, and Bayley throws her out of the ring and steals the title, and the next night Sasha fucking turns on her, and we have Sasha versus Bayley finally. I think that's the way you go. Then you have Bray Wyatt, Randy Orton, possibly with Luke Harper. I would actually prefer this to not have Luke Harper. I want this to be a John Cena, Bray Wyatt Psychology Fest match from WrestleMania. I want them to go out there and have the most psychological match known to man. But at the same time, because of the work rate and seeing Luke Harper do a lot of the crazy shit, I want Luke Harper in this match. It's been built, but I could see Luke Harper being pivoted somewhere else, and I would not be opposed to it. But like I said, I think John Cena versus Bray Wyatt is like a precursor. And if you think about it, John Cena and Randy Orton faced each other forever, and now we're getting John Cena versus Bray, and then Randy versus Bray in a pseudo faction to have a psychology match would be huge. But if Luke Harper gets added, I want Luke Harper to steal the belt away so he can have it because of what I talked about with the whole the SmackDown trade thing. To set the world on fire, that's how you do it. You have Luke Harper beat Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton, possibly keep the Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton feud going. Then you have Luke Harper versus the guy that shows up and possibly beats him 2 nights later on SmackDown. That is my fantasy booking to set the world on fire like Raw would normally do with a cash-in or something. Then you have time for the main event. Let's get right into the main event. You have Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar. Does it need to be a long match? No. And here's why. I speculated the whole trade thing on SmackDown. You have two guys that are probably going to get booed out of the building. Just like everybody said Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns was going to get booed out of the building, but they had a trick up their sleeve with Seth Rollins. Here's the trick up their sleeve. Remember when I said Luke and Karl would lose earlier? Guess what? Finn is not on the card, and this pisses everybody off. So, at the end of the match, Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar. They're fighting for the belt. They're going at it. Maybe this ends in a no decision, too. Maybe they just get fucking cleared out. Or after the match, whoever wins. If it's Brock or Goldberg, let's say it's Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar wins the fucking belt. He's celebrating. Everybody's pissed. They're ready to leave. And then the lights go out. And in the middle of the fucking ring is AJ Styles, Luke, and Karl, the club. Holy shit, the crowd is losing it. The crowd is going fucking nuts. Middle of the ring. They clear everybody. AJ grabs the belt, picks it up. But that doesn't make any sense. He's on SmackDown. Why would he do that? The lights go out again. Finn Balor is standing behind AJ Styles. Luke and Karl are like, what the fuck? They're going to turn on Finn. And Finn is like... And Finn fucking takes out AJ Styles in the middle of the ring. Luke and Karl jump on it. You have the club now as a fucking faction that can go up against the Authority. Because Finn knew. Finn saw what he did to Seth Rollins. Finn saw Seth Rollins get abused by Triple H, and he's not going to let that shit happen. He's taking his destiny into his own fucking hands. Luke and Karl, they wouldn't give him a chance. They gave Finn the chance, but then he got hurt. And this is Finn's opportunity to stick it to the man. Now, I'd prefer Finn to kind of stay aligned with Triple H. But if you think about it, then boom. So then AJ Styles shows up on SmackDown. Fuck it, I'm on SmackDown. He can't do anything anyway, whatever. And that's when the trade happens. And then AJ has to show up in the middle of this whole Bullet Club thing. Like, oh shit. And he has to worry about it. And you get the fan favorites behind AJ Styles. I think this would be huge. This is my fantasy booking for WrestleMania. Just the way I see it going down to make it pop in a way that people may not like Goldberg versus Brock. But this is a way to make the roof just blow up. Like I said, maybe you don't even need AJ to be there. Maybe it's just Finn in the club. That would be cool too. You could save the whole AJ Styles thing. You could just have AJ beat Shane and then Finn Balor and the club show up at the end of the pay-per-view to set the world on fire, and that's when the Balor Club worldwide, when everybody from around the country is here, from UK, from Ireland, from India, from China, from everywhere, the Balor Club worldwide takes center stage. So that's my fantasy booking for WrestleMania 33. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and until next time, it's your boy Tubby Emu. Just my thoughts, and we will see you all later. Peace!